The forces on a car. When a car is stationary, it has two forces on it, the weight force, which is the force of gravity pulling it down, and the normal force. This is a force provided by the road surface pushing up. These forces are two equal and opposite paired forces. If we want to move the car forward, we have a driving force. This is provided by the engine. As the car moves forward, it will have resistance forces acting upon it, mostly by friction. If we have the driving and the resistance force equal and opposite, then we have no overall forces on the car, and therefore we travel forward at a constant velocity. No force means no acceleration. Therefore we have constant velocity, unchanging speed. The resistance forces are mostly composed of air resistance, road friction, rolling friction, and braking forces. If we go back to our car with its forces and we see that the driving force is greater than the resistance force, then we must have an overall net force in the forward direction. If we have an overall forward force, therefore we have acceleration in the forward direction. If we have a resistance force which is greater than our driving force, then we have a situation which is braking. If there is no driving force, we'll eventually make the car come to a complete stop. If when we're driving down the road, we pass over a patch of oil or any other surface which can be lowered in resistance, say for ice, then we have lowered traction between the surface of the tyres and the surface of the road. That means we have lower driving force. That means that we could either have no forward driving force or very little. The only forces that we could have on the car to try and stop us are the backward resistance forces. We couldn't have any road friction, but we can have air resistance to bring us to a halt. We now are driving down the road and we're going to accelerate a slight bit. So we're going to have some more forward driving force. We now encounter an angled road. That means the normal force, which always has to act at right angles to the road surface, will change. We also need to drive up the road, so we start accelerating up the road. Our resistance forces are the same. So these are the arrangement of our four forces. The combination of the resistance and the weight force being slightly angled towards each other now creates a net force down the slope. This means if we wish to climb the slope with a constant velocity, we need to depress the accelerator pedal to increase the driving force up the slope.